The story begins with an old interview. A man named Kevin Flynn is on screen, talking about the future of games and how they will change humanity. But then a news report announces that Kevin has been missing for 2 years. In his absence, his company is in turmoil. After Kevin's son, Sam Flynn, resigns, a woman named Eve Kim is forced to take charge. Meanwhile, a man is seen programming. He builds a robotic figure, a machine he modifies with patches, making it capable of destroying anyone. This robot is given a vital role. It is appointed as the master control of Aries, a defense system built to protect its creators. The scene shifts to the snowy mountains. Eve is there, visiting her sister Tess's old place. She thinks about Steve Flynn, a man she once loved, and sees that her sister kept every single newspaper clipping about him. Eve then finds a hidden message, a final goodbye left by Tess before she passed away. Elsewhere, a man named Julian Dinger is giving a presentation to a group of military chiefs. He's showing off a new technological program. During the demonstration, he reveals a highly advanced tank equipped with modern weapons ready for war. Julian then suggests a new idea. What if soldiers themselves could be programmed for battle? He introduces Aries, a machine built with billions of lines of code. He calls him the ultimate soldier, one that never needs food or rest. The demonstration hits a snag. Aries begins calculating when it will rain, a minor malfunction that fails to impress the guests. Later, Julian discusses the incident with his mother, Elizabeth. As they talk, Aries suddenly breaks apart and dissolves. They realize the truth. Aries can only function for 29 minutes outside the grid. Elizabeth warns her son not to deceive their clients. She reminds them they only have 6 months to make the project work, or they will lose 40 years of progress. Julian isn't worried. He insists he has an idea. The scene shifts back to Eve and her partner, Seth. They are searching for one of Tess's program files. While looking through the data, Eve finds something incredible, a glowing double helix pattern. It's known as the permanence code. They decide to test it against the asset stability barrier, which normally lasts only 29 minutes. Using the code, they create a perfect orange tree in the real world and start a timer. Meanwhile, inside their digital world, Aries is talking to his partner, Athena. He tells her about Julian and Elizabeth, saying that for the first time, he can feel them. The story then cuts to a corporate event. Eve's manager is trying to contact her, but she isn't there. At that exact moment, Eve and Seth are watching their experiment. The 29-minute timer runs out, but the orange tree remains, perfectly stable. They had done something no one had ever done before. At the same time, Julian begins his plan. He starts hacking into Incom's database, looking for Eve's files. He commands Aries to retrieve them. Aries and his team of programs penetrate the Incom server. During their escape, a battle breaks out. Incom's security programs ambush them, trying to stop them. In the heat of battle, Aries' friend and partner, a program named Servius, suffers a critical malfunction. One of his digital legs shatters in half. Without hesitation, Julian decides to delete the failed program. Later, Aries confronts his creator. He asks Julian why Servius was deleted. Julian is shocked that a program would question him. He explains coldly that Servius was dysfunctional and had to be removed. Julian then gives Aries a new command: find Eve. Soon after, Eve's manager AJ calls Dinger about the hack. Eve is on a plane. She calls in to report that she has the permanence code and that her orange tree has been stable for 4 hours. AJ warns her that Julian suspects what she's doing and is now actively searching for her. As Julian looks through Eve's user file, Aries sees her entire life flash before him. He sees her childhood, her bond with her sister Tess, Tess's death from cancer, and Eve's rise to become CEO. He also discovers her most recent location. She registered at a place called Salt Creek Shores. Aries zooms in, tracking the assets, the route, and the exact time of Eve's arrival. When Eve's plane lands, she heads for the Incom Center. Julian prepares to kidnap her. He rebuilds Aries and Athena in the real world, commanding them to bring Eve to him. They have just 29 minutes. The chase begins. Eve speeds through neon-lit streets as police sirens wail behind her. Suddenly, Julian's programs appear from nowhere. They cut through the chaos with inhuman precision. One of the light cycles slices a patrol car clean in half, leaving behind a blazing trail of blue light. Panic erupts across the city. Eve manages to shake them off and ducks into an underground parking garage. There, she tricks one of the programs into losing control. It crashes violently into a concrete pillar. Believing she is safe, she breathes a sigh of relief. But then a shadow rises in the darkness. It is Athena, completely unharmed.
Desperate, Eve jumps onto one of the fallen light cycles and takes off. She weaves between concrete columns and flickering lights. In the middle of the pursuit, Eve races past Aries, but he suddenly stops. Something catches his attention. It is a human baby. Then he turns away and resumes the chase. The routes converge, and the two accelerate at full speed, until, in a sudden, brutal twist, they collide head-on. Eve crashes hard, dazed and gasping for air. Aries lies pinned beneath his wrecked light cycle. She considers helping him, but instinct takes over. She runs toward a nearby cliff. Just before Aries can reach her, she throws the memory drive with the code into the sea. Aries reaches her, badly damaged. "I am the master control," he says. In that instant, Eve realizes she's face to face with the program. But time is running out. He has only seconds left before his body collapses. From a distance, Athena watches as light engulfs him, pulling him back into the digital world. At the same time, Julian's helicopter fires a beam, striking Eve. The chaos caused by Julian spreads across the news, infuriating Elizabeth. Meanwhile, in the digital world, Aries digitally reconstructs Eve, creating a program version of her. When she regains consciousness, Aries is standing in front of her. He tells her he destroyed the code. Julian and his team believe the code now exists inside Eve's memory and decide they must extract it. Aries messages Julian, warning him that extracting the code will destroy the carrier. It will kill Eve. Julian doesn't care. He orders Aries to extract the code and delete her. Aries questions the order. This makes Julian furious, and he screams at him to obey. But Aries remembers a quote he saw in Eve's file. He decides to defy his creator. He announces that the extraction is halted until further notice, claiming the creator isn't present to authorize it. Athena immediately reports to Julian that Aries is malfunctioning. Julian gives her a new command: extract the code and delete both Aries and Eve. The hunt begins. The glowing digital landscape transforms into a battlefield. Athena and the security programs chase the fugitives. Aries grabs Eve's hand and they drop their weapons, causing the floor to shatter. They fall into Aries' world, plunging into the water below. Aries rescues Eve, programs a digital ski jet, and they speed toward the transfer portal. Athena commands a swarm of drones to delete them. The drones chase them across the glowing digital city. Eve realizes the only way to survive is through the portal. Aries offers her a deal. He will help her escape if she agrees to share the permanence code with him. As the drones close in, Eve agrees. Aries moves at sonic speed, destroying the drones one by one. He reaches the portal and initiates the transfer. Julian watches, confused as the transfer completes. Aries reappears in the physical world. He fights off Julian's guards and escapes with Eve to get the code. With only 29 minutes of time left, they steal a van and flee. Meanwhile, Julian builds an advanced airsuit for Athena and arms her with a powerful particle gun. Her mission: find Aries and recover the code. Eve reveals the code is stored back at Encom. Worried they won't make it, she stops at a convenience store. She hands the owner $10,000 to use his phone and calls Seth. She tells him to bring the particle laser to ENCOM in 15 minutes. Then she buys a brand new car and speeds away. Athena tracks their location and gives chase. Aries drives like a Formula One racer, cutting their travel time down to just 16 minutes. During the drive, he tells Eve he read all her files. He says she shouldn't have quit her job at ENCOM. She needs to finish her sister's work. They reach ENCOM and meet Seth with the laser. They set it up quickly, but just before they can activate it, Athena arrives. Eve and Seth rush to finish the transfer while Aries runs out to distract her. In the final moments, Eve successfully activates the laser on Aries, sending him back into the program. Athena enters the building, destroying everything. Eve and Seth hide as she obliterates their laser. Just as Athena is about to fire on them, the building's sprinkler system goes off. The water causes her system to malfunction, and she dissolves, saving them. Meanwhile, Aries finds himself inside an old 1980s computer program. There, he discovers Kevin Flynn. Back in the real world, Athena reinitializes and begins reconstructing herself, ignoring Julian's commands. Elizabeth arrives and tells Julian the board has removed him, but before she can finish, Athena attacks and kills her. Julian tries to override the system, but his access is denied. He has lost control. AJ and Eve work with Seth to repair the damaged laser. They need to fix it to bring Aries back from Flynn's old server. Inside the grid, Kevin and Aries have a deep conversation. Kevin observes that Aries seems almost human. At that moment, the chase becomes brutal. Eve runs through the wreckage of a digital city. Athena tears through helicopters. She annihilates any guards who dare to block her path. Thousands of drones are deployed to hunt Eve down until she's finally trapped. Kevin gives the permanence code to Aries and activates it. Aries is reconstructed, this time permanently. Athena captures Eve and takes her toward the transfer bay. But AJ and the others finally connect to Dinger's system. As they race through the wrecked streets, they see Aries standing in the middle of the road wearing a sleek new combat suit. He intercepts Athena's vehicle, tearing through it in a violent explosion that scatters metal and light. He pulls Eve free from the wreckage. Athena descends through the smoke and sparks to confront him. The battle that follows is monumental. The two creations, born from the same mind, clash in a final showdown. Athena's program soldiers surround Aries, turning it into a 3-on-1 fight. But Aries overpowers and destroys them. Blows shake the ground. Athena gains the upper hand. Her strength and speed are superior. But in a final burst of will, Aries strikes back, precise and unstoppable. Just as he's about to deliver the finishing blow, the unthinkable happens. AJ sends the command to destroy Dinger's grid, triggering a chain reaction. The network begins to collapse. Athena starts to dematerialize, pulled violently back into the grid. In her final moments, she looks at Aries and says, "I followed my directives. What were yours?" before dissolving in his arms. Afterward, the Dinger group faces massive allegations for the city's destruction. As police storm his lab, Julian initiates a reverse transfer and vanishes into the grid. Aries and Eve escape. Years later, ENCOM uses the permanence code to revolutionize society with new crops and medicines. At Tessa's old cabin, Eve receives a letter from Aries. He tells her about his journey exploring the world. As Aries continues his new life, Eve too looks forward to the future. And with that, friends, our story ends right here. Tell us in the comments how you liked this recap. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.